Hey girl, yeah, I'm late because you watching American Gods. That's still coming. Hey girl, I need you to shut up, okay? What is that on? Is it on HBO or? Cause I had said I was gonna go back and watch it. Okay, I just saw this video and I was like, you know what? At first, I had said that I wasn't going to talk about this whole Roe versus Wade situation, but some people's take on this situation is hilarious to me, especially the Christians. Oh, it's on Prime? Okay, I need to watch it because I started watching it. I don't know why I stopped. I started watching it and I guess I just got caught up in something else. But I want to talk about this whole Roe versus Wade. Not really Roe versus Wade, not the technical side of it, just abortion, period. Now, I might as well tell you guys what my thoughts on this situation is so that we can be really clear here. My thought is whatever the person wants to do with their body is your body. If it's right for you, it's right for you. And you should have an opportunity to do that. Now, would that be right for me? Not unless it was a medical situation or a violent act. Would I choose that? Now, if it came down to, if the doctors told me that my child was going to be born, you know, very sick or, have a disease or something, and it was early enough to terminate the pregnancy, I always had that thought in the back of my mind. I did. And I probably would have. Thank God that never, happened. I only have two children. And I didn't have, the only complication I had with both of my kids was my blood pressure. Like neither one of them had any, like major issues being born. Like my youngest son, he had some issues coming down the birth canal because he had such a big head. I guess it had like, squeezed his little face, and when he was born, his eyes were swollen, his little face was puffy and stuff. But that went down within a couple of hours. So I didn't have any kids with any medical conditions. But if they told me that they found like a defect, like what is it? Trisomy 13? That's that genetic disorder where usually those children need a trach, and it's just a lot going on. That may have been a choice that me and my husband made. Now, let me say this too. I have not been in a situation where I got pregnant outside of my marriage. When I got pregnant, I was married. Both of my kids had the same father. I never had any kids after that. So that's different. I've never been in a violent situation. I've never been SA'd. You can't say the word on here. That has, nothing violent has ever happened to me. And I feel like if you get into a situation like that, you should have that choice. That choice should be open to you. Why would you want to carry the child of someone that abused you? Okay, so Sundrop, hey Sundrop, Sundrop said that happened to me and I had to terminate my pregnancy. I still hurt over it. Phoenix said, my opinion is if God is powerful and all knowing as some claim, and if it's true, we all answer for our own mess ups, then how is the government and theocrats going to mandate I do anything? It's not a decision women take lightly. Demona said, I'll be back. Gotta handle something. Okay, sweetie. And there's adoption. I'm adopted. My biological mother chose to bring me in the world. And if people, I've told my adoption story. I am also adopted. My biological mother, she just had some very serious issues. She got pregnant with me in high school. She graduated in June, and I was born in August. And it was just a lot going on in my mother's life. I just really feel like she really wasn't ready for children, but she had me. And so when I was 5 years old, she gave me to my aunt who adopted me. This was like after losing my sister. My little sister died of SIDS. And so, it was a lot. Like, yeah, that's a lot of stress on someone that young. So, yeah, she put me up for adoption. I just feel like, if the woman wants to carry the baby and put the baby up for adoption, that should be her decision. Hey, Melissa, if she don't want to carry the baby and put the baby up for adoption, that should be her decision. If she wants to terminate, she should be able to terminate. Because I would rather a woman terminate than have the baby and throw the baby in the garbage or leave the baby in the toilet, or things that we have seen happen before to mothers who don't want kids. And if they think it's not going to be some back alley abortions like it used to be before abortions were legal, with women actually losing their lives because they were, doing things not to have the baby, then y'all crazy. They crazy. Not y'all, because y'all didn't do it. But I want you to listen. I want you to listen to what this young lady said on her channel about abortion. How this young lady claims to be a Christian. Now, she is claiming to be a Christian and speaking from a Christian perspective. But during this video, she's smoking weed. I don't know too many people who really profess to be Christians and will get online rolling up a joint. Not to say people who Christians don't smoke and drink, but I just don't see that. But I want y'all to listen to this just little part of what she said in her wait, let me find it first. Because it's a specific part I want y'all to listen to.
And there's a lot of people who doing grown folk act that ain't grown. Anyways, I disagree because you got the comment. This is another thing too to back up what I'm saying. Get to know people. Know who you are fucking. Do as much research as you can, because I don't know about you, but me, I care about my life.
Wait,
I do.
Let me go back.
And I care enough to do
an
extensive research on a person. My opinion. I don't necessarily want to speak on the case because I'm gonna get real pissed off. But I think that I did enough to speak on it. I'm not for it, and I'm not for it even with if somebody got raped. I'm not, because that's a consequence and a choice that you just got to deal with it. And this is another thing too.
Did you hear that? Should I back it up a little bit? If you got raped, that's a consequence that you take and you have to deal with it. Let me go back, because I want to make sure you hear this part.
That child, because every time they look at that child, they're gonna see their rapist, or they're gonna see that. But still, I stand on you shouldn't have been doing the shit anyway. And you should be married in the first place before you decide to start having sex with people. I know it's easier said than done. Let the world tell us today the right thing to do is to go out here and fuck whoever you want, impregnate whoever you want. And now they're giving you a possible choice to abort the child. All right. So somebody had left a comment under one of my video shorts and they wanted me to speak on the Roe versus Wade situation. I somewhat spoke on it. I just wanted to give my opinion. I don't necessarily want to speak on the case because I'm gonna get real pissed off. But I think that I did enough to speak on it. I'm not for it, and I'm not for it even with if somebody got raped. I'm not, because that's a consequence and a choice that you just got to deal with it. And this is another thing too to back up what I'm saying. Get to know people. Know who you are fucking. Do as much research as you can, because I don't know about you, but me, I care about my life. I do. And I care enough to...
So how do you get to know your rapist? How do you get to know the person that raped you? Because rape is not always date rape. Rape is sometimes a very violent act. Rape is usually a very violent act. Now, there are some women who, get raped on dates where they may not specifically know the person, but there are a lot of women who get attacked. So what are you supposed to say? Oh my God, Mr. Attacker, hold on a minute. I have a few questions that I got to ask you before we get into this attack situation. Like, I know this girl is backwoods, because I think she live in like Alabama or somewhere in the South. I know, because she has a backwoods mentality. But I know she cannot be that dumb. I know she can't be. To say that you just have to deal with it. You should have knew who the person was before you got raped. Like, what is wrong with you? Girl, what is wrong? Like, KK, did you hear it? Let me replay it so KK can hear it, because I don't know if she was here. I'm going to replay it again, because I'm not picking on this girl. But this is just ridiculous.
I just wanted to give my opinion. I don't necessarily want to speak on the case because I'm gonna get real pissed off. But I think that I did enough to speak on it. I'm not for it, and I'm not for it even with if somebody got raped. I'm not, because that's a consequence and a choice that you just got to deal with it. And this is another thing too to back up what I'm saying. Get to know people. Know who you are fucking. Do as much research as you can, because I don't know about you, but me, I care about my life. I do. And I care enough to do an extensive research on a person that I'm interested in. I'm not going to allow for the red flags to surpass me by just because they may check off some of the criteria or some of my standards and shit. No. Get to know people. And then you can't even do that because some people...
And you know what's interesting is this is not the first video of this young lady that I've watched. If you go to her channel and look at her videos, one of her videos is I have herpes. So you didn't get to know the person that gave you herpes. So how is a woman supposed to get to know someone that rapes her? How does that happen? So y'all just be on YouTube saying anything. And to speak on rape and have no compassion whatsoever for the victim. I'm like, girl, did you do something else? Because she hadn't even started smoking the weed. So I can't say, oh, she was high. That's why she said what she said. She was high. No, she hadn't even started smoking the weed unless she had did something else before that. Because you have to really, it has to literally be something wrong with you for you to articulate. A woman should have got to know her attacker before a rape situation happened. It's just crazy. Oh, trust me. I know we don't do that. I know it don't. I know we don't do that. So it had to be either something else or you're just, it's just something wrong with your thought process, period. For you to speak on something like that. Now, there are women who, get into that type of situation. They're physically assaulted or whatever, and they still, and, they become pregnant and they keep the baby. But there are women who, why would you? Because the baby is a constant reminder that happened to you. And everybody is not that strong. Right. How do you see that coming? Even in a situation of date rape, women don't see that. You may trust the person. You know what I mean? You may trust the person and a situation gets out of hand. You can never know. Like, me and my husband have been married for almost 10 years. There's still things that we are learning about each other. I will never totally know who he is as a person. He will never totally know who I am because we're constantly evolving. We're constantly changing. My diet is constantly changing. Things that I used to be able to eat when me and my husband first got together, I can't eat now. I'm allergic to. Or, it interferes with my IBS. My husband is constantly trying to, okay, can you eat this week? Can we go to this restaurant? Are you going to be able to, tolerate? Like, he's constantly learning about me. I'm constantly learning things about him. Of course, we have gotten to a point where we can, kind of read each other. When he wakes up in the morning, I can kind of tell, if he's still tired or if he needs, some extra rest. If I have to take Gizmo out because he's still tired and he still needs some sleep, because he always goes to bed after I do. I'm always the first one to sleep. For one thing, he doesn't get off work until 1 o'clock in the morning. So it takes him a minute to, decompress and all of that kind of stuff. So when he gets home from work, I'm like, I'm going to sleep. And he's like, cool. I'll turn over and go to sleep. I wake up first. Normally, I wake up first. I can look at him and tell if I need to, just be quiet or, or he's woke and we're just, we going talking and, doing whatever. I'm getting Gizmo up. We, getting into our regular routine. But that comes with time. That comes with time. So when you're dating someone and you're not having a whole lot of time with a person, you're seeing them once a month or, every other week or, whatever, you still got to get to know that person. So, Love Oneself said women need to be responsible for their actions. In what way? In what way? And I love having. Oh, hold on. Oh, you know what? I was going to invite you on the panel, but um, I don't invite people that don't have. I don't invite people that don't have a avatar if I don't know you. So, I'm not going to invite you. But I would stop having unprotected sex. Okay. I agree because a that's not even a pregnancy thing. That's a health thing. But why just put that on the woman? Why just put that on the woman? Why the man is the one with the penis? Why is that just her fault? Why can't men understand to do that? Because if you're really honest, it's normally the men that don't want to use the condom. It's not the women that don't want it. It's the men that don't want to use the condom. So why are men not held responsible? Thank you for saying that because you did say women need to be more responsible. People need to be more responsible. Both parties. Both parties need to be more responsible. Because we're not just talking talking about having responsible sex. We're not just talking about bringing another life in. We're talking about taking care of your life, your health. But I really, want us to see how some people out here feel about this whole situation and use the guise of Christianity to say thus and so. And this is a person who on her channel says she does not go to church. She smokes weed on a daily basis. Her interpretation of the Bible is so skewed that I have even commented on her channel and she got mad at me. But to say that it's a woman's fault if she gets raped, this video is going to be demonetized because, honey, we done used every word that YouTube... We have used every word in the chat that YouTube says is a no-no. Men don't even want to... Hey, Tina. Men don't even want to take birth control out there for them like we do. It's normalized formula, but you men whine. Yeah. Men want to leave all of that stuff up to women. Like it's on our shoulders to carry everything. We have to carry everything. What did he say? Did he say something crazy? Girl, I missed it. Did he get blocked, girl? I didn't. Get blocked, girl? I didn't see it. Where is he at? Girl, put him in timeout. I don't care. I'm not going to I ain't tripping. Men feel like and this the conversation was weird to me because it was a woman. If anybody is in here and you didn't hear it, you didn't hear what we're talking about, can you say, I didn't hear it and I will play it again? Because this is one of those things where you have to hear it for yourself. So if you came in late and you didn't hear it, put oh no, let him stay for a little while. We can talk about daddy issues as long as he don't start calling names or being disrespectful, because a lot of men feel like that. They legit feel like that. But the men that feel like we have daddy issues have mama issues. They have mommy issues. That's why they do a lot of the things that they do and cling on to women the way that they do, because they didn't get that from their mama. And they think you're going to get in a relationship with us and we're going to treat you the way your mama didn't treat you. But I'm not your mama. I'm your wife. If you didn't get whatever you were supposed to get from your mother, you're definitely not going to get it from me. Because I'm not here to serve that purpose. Okay, I'm gonna play it again. So let him stay. Because, honey, he picked the right one. As long as he don't get disrespectful. If he get disrespectful, put him out. Okay, listen to this, Tina.
On the Roe versus Wade situation, I somewhat spoke on. I just wanted to give my opinion. I don't necessarily want to speak on the case because I'm gonna get real pissed off. But I think that I did enough to speak on it. I'm not for it, and I'm not for it even with if somebody got raped. I'm not, because that's a consequence and a choice that you just got to deal with it. And this is another thing too, to back up what I'm saying. Get to know people. Know who you are fucking. Do as much research as you can, because I don't know about you, but me, I care about my life. I do. And I care enough to do an extensive research on a person that I'm interested in. I'm not going to allow for the red flags to surpass me by just because they may check off some of the...
She does an extensive research on the people that she messed with. Let me show you this video. I have herpes. So did she start doing this extensive research before or after? Just to not have compassion for women who have been through these type of violent acts. Some women fight back during rape. They don't just, you okay? You okay? Stop biting your toes. You okay? Stop biting. I'm going to have to put some medicine on his allergies must be acting up again, because when he be scratching his feet, sometimes he, I guess, bite a nerve or something, child. I don't know. Stop scratching. Oh, baby. Mommy gonna put some medicine on it when I get off of here. Some women like really be going through a struggle during these type of situations. What about women who have had trains run on them? Women who have been abducted. You know, there's a such thing going on in this country now with, women being taken and put into these type situations. I told y'all, and I'm going to tell this story again. I used to be a group home counselor, and a few of the girls that were in the group home that I worked at met some guys. Because these girls used to like hang out at the liquor store around the corner, talking to these boys. So they met some boys. And these boys decided to, hey, we're going to go somewhere. Do you guys want to go for a ride? So they thinking they about to go for a ride and smoke some weed and drink or whatever. These guys pull up in a van, throw these girls in the van, and take them from Oakland, California to Las Vegas. And you know for what? Sex trafficking. Lock the girls in a room. I can't remember because this has been some years. One of them was able to get to a cell phone or something and call us. And she was smart enough to at least have seen, the name of the hotel or whatever. We got the police and social workers involved, and they were brought back. Social worker down there went, and the police went and found them. Thank God they were still alive. These are kids though. 14, 15, 16 years old. Your mind is not developed enough at that age to really understand how dangerous it is to be talking to boys or men that you don't know. Like, these kids never thought that these dudes would throw them in a van and take them all the way to Las Vegas. They didn't think that. They just thought, okay, well, we're gonna, because they had been with other dudes and all they do is ride around and, get high and drink and, act crazy and stuff. That's what they thought. But this get high situation got them all the way from Oakland, California to Las Vegas, Nevada. So I guess that's their fault too. That these grown men decided to kidnap some kids to put them in a sex trafficking situation. These children were just blessed enough to be recovered. But do you know how many other kids or women get into situations like that and they're never recovered? They're not found. I never will forget this one case, and I wish my best friend Bridget was on here. There was a young lady. This was when we were like in our 30s. There was a young lady that got kidnapped at the BART station. The kidnapper put her in the trunk of her own car and drove off and did whatever he did to her and killed her. And we were like, girl, because she was real petite, real small girl. We was like, girl, they gonna have a time trying to throw us in the trunk of the car. I'm gonna keep some weight on me. That was a joke. But if a man really wants to, do something to you and he's really got plans to do it, and he, look at you and you weigh over 100 and some odd pounds, he may put in his mind, okay, well, it's going to take two of us to take her down, but we going to get her. Would that be my fault? Me getting off work, minding my own business? That would be my fault? I'm walking to my car. I've gotten off work. I'm walking to my car, and a man grabs me and does something to me, I don't have the time to say, excuse me, can I get to know you first before you hit me upside my head and rip my clothes off and, penetrate my body? Can we at least talk about this situation? Okay, then he didn't popped me in my mouth with the gun or something. It's just so many. And what's sad to me is this is coming from another black woman. That's what's sad to me. That's the sad part. That's the hard thing about working with children in the foster care system is they do get moved around a lot. That's why it's hard for them to get a lot of the basic training that they need because they're going from foster home to foster home, group home to group home. And yes, those are the kids that are targeted. Runaway, unaccompanied minor, children from abusive homes. All of those children are children that are targeted. But in this world, anybody can get it. I've seen women older women in nursing homes get raped. Gizmo! Is this somebody at the door? Darn it. Hold on a minute, y'all. Oh, maybe that's something. Hush. You could have just told me it was Amazon. Okay, that was Amazon. My husband and got another package. That man get more packages, Lord Jesus. Yeah, hospitals are banning, not hospitals. Pharmacies are banning Plan B. They're taking them off the shelves. You can't use that. It depends on what state you live in. Kansas City area health system stops providing Plan B in Missouri because of the abortion ban. Texas, there's a ban in Texas. So they're saying women are trying to stock up on it. Trying to find it in states where it's still legal. Now, it's legal here in California. We still, our governor has said that we still have rights here in California. But it depends on the state that you're in. Why I take my glasses off? Y'all know I can't read. Yeah, I heard that there are some herbal blends, but do you really want to go through that though? Can you imagine what If there is a herbal blend that you can take, it's probably going to be so painful. I swear to God. One time I took, what did I take? I took this, which was supposed to be a smooth move tea. It was some type of, oh, and I'm going to tell y'all about this diet tea too. I took this smooth move tea because I was, having some moving issues. And when I tell you, my stomach didn't hurt that bad when I was giving birth. That tea, I don't know what was in that tea. That tea made my stomach hurt so bad that I literally wanted to die. I was like, Joe, take me. Just take me right now. And that happened to me another time when I took a dieter's tea. That diet tea made my stomach hurt so bad. I was vomiting and it was horrible. So can you imagine? Because it's got to be a strong tea to force something out of your uterus. Like I don't think I would want to do that. I don't. But this situation is going to start these back alley abortions like they used to be back in the 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s, where women were doing whatever they could to stop a pregnancy. This is going to start that up again. Because women are going to feel desperate. And that, because everybody don't have the money to fly to a state or try to get to a state that it's still legal. Melissa said, I sure hope not. I never thought about back alley abortion. Yeah, back alley abortions used to be a thing. And there were women losing their lives trying to terminate pregnancies. Because if the person don't know what they doing, I've seen all kind of things. Women falling down stairs and, using coat hangers and all kind of stuff. And if the person doesn't know what they're doing, Ben Stinker said neem, I think that's neem oil, is widely used in India. I mean, when you get to a point and you feel like you're desperate, you will do what you feel like you have to do. Love oneself said, "Thou shalt not kill." Thou shalt not do a lot of things that we still doing. Thou shalt not fornicate either. But people are not. I heard somebody say too that sex is only meant for people that when you trying to have a baby. So stop having sex. Girl, stop breathing. You might as well tell people to stop breathing. Because people are going to have sex. And you're not aiming to have a child every time you have sex. And the Bible says the marriage bed is undefiled. So you can have as much sex as you want. So what happens when a woman gets to the change of life? You supposed to just stop having sex? I can't have a baby no more. So, yeah, I can't have sex. That's crazy. No, that's not going to happen. I'm married. I can have as much sex as I want. And if I wasn't married, I could still have as much sex as I want. Do what you want to do. It's your body. I can't tell anybody what to do and what not to do, because when you stand before your maker, I'm not going to be there. That's going to be between you and him. And when I stand before mine, you're not going to be there. You're not going to be next to me saying, see, I told you not to do that. No, he's not going to let you do that. And he's not going to let me do that to you. Not to anybody. It's just going to be you and him. Or her. Pleading your case. Hopefully half the shit I done did, I don't even remember. I'm going to be like, I don't even remember doing that. You're going to have to show it to me. And I don't care. I don't care. It's the afterlife. Who cares? Do you really care? Like, do you really care where I'm going after I leave here? You should be you should care about where you going. How you living your life. Stop worrying about other people. Stop worrying about what they doing with their body. Who they having sex with. What kind of sex they having. Leave it. Worry about yourself. Worry about yourself. Worry about your own mental health. Your own physical health. When was the last time you had a checkup? When was the last time you had your blood work done? When was the last time you washed your hair? Worry about those things. Shit. Don't worry about who I'm having sex with and how many times we having sex and what type of sex we having, and if we having sex to have a baby and you shouldn't be having sex no more, and if you ain't trying to have a... Don't worry about that. Worry about yourself. Because men don't worry about what they're doing. They will have kids all over the U.S. and don't care. So why is none of that responsibility put on the men? You got kids everywhere. Why is none of that responsibility on you? You just out here dropping your seed. Here, you get a baby, you get a baby, you get a baby, you get a baby. And then get to walk away and leave the baby with the mama. Did y'all see that video though? And I'm not about to go try to find the video. But anyway, I guess a dude had a baby with a young lady and she had more than one kid. And he came to the house with, looked like Burger King or McDonald's or something, just for his child. And honey, the internet then went crazy. She got mad. Now, I didn't see the whole video. Somebody said at the end of the video, she threw the food down because he didn't have enough food for her other kids. So she got mad at him and was, like filming him. And hold on a minute. Stop having men bust nuts. Let me say something, love oneself. This channel is predominantly women. And if you don't have the ability to respect us, we don't use terms like bust nuts. If you don't have the ability to respect us, then you're going to have to leave. Okay? Now, you could have put that a different way. And just like you said that, you men need to stop busting nuts. Stop doing it. You can stop. You can put something on top of that. You don't have to bust a nut. You can keep your ass at home for one thing. You don't even have to go over there. That would keep you from busting a nut. Or you can put on a condom. So if you can't be respectful, we're going to find someplace else for you to go. Okay? And I think you've already had one warning. And I'm legit being nice tonight. If he say something else crazy, just block him, Phoenix. This abortion ban is the premise to more laws being signed that removes the liberties of citizens. Yeah, it's not gonna stop here. Who is here? Who is here with a? Can I block him? I don't think I can. Oh yeah, I can. There you go. Um, we don't have time for that type of ignorance, because obviously he's one of those men. He's just, oh, I got him, girl. I think he gone. I think I got him. He's one of those men. He's po thing. He probably still living with his mama, living in his mama's basement. Ain't got no life. He's probably an incel. You know, them men that secretly hate women. It's a lot of those out there. Like, you legit secretly hate women because you can't get a woman. And so everything that goes on in the world bad is the woman's fault. Yeah, they don't even know their own bodies. They don't have a clue that you can get pregnant by pre-com. They don't have a clue. Most men probably don't even know it's a such thing as pre-com. They probably think it's only coming out once when it come out, strong. Because they don't even know their own bodies. Didn't somebody say they probably ain't even clean? Most these young dudes don't even know how to clean their penises, but want to give it to everybody. And some of this is on us. We do have to be more careful who. Oh, let me go back to this thing before I go into that. So the young lady got mad at the young man because he didn't bring enough food for everybody and all of her kids. Now, I don't know how many kids she had, but he just brought enough food for his child. Now, in that situation, if he was going to do it like that, he should have picked his child up and took him out. You don't just show up to the house with one meal, one burger and fries. I just think it's rude. Now, is it his responsibility to feed the other kids? No. But it's just common decency. It's not his responsibility, but it's common decency. Bring a pizza. Bring something that the kids can share. Now, the mother should not have been filming him and, egging him on and disrespecting him and doing all of that kind of stuff. Like, what she did was too much also. But, I don't know their backstory. I don't know, what they didn't have to deal with in the past, or what, how many kids she got, like, how many other kids was it in the house? I'm not checking his pockets. I don't know what his money situation was like. Maybe it was right before payday and he only had enough for, girl, I didn't see the C word. Maybe he only had enough money for his child. Who knows? I just know it was an ugly situation, and that situation is now being blasted all over social media, of course, with men. Men are always going to say we in the wrong. With men saying, well, she was wrong. She shouldn't have, did him like that. Or, I didn't see the whole video because somebody said there's a second part to the video where she threw the food at him. Now, if she did all that, then yeah, she was wrong. And she was wrong for filming. Because she should have known that filming him and, posting it on social media was not going to do anything but start a bad It was just gonna be bad. So I don't know. She said they were together and broke up, and he used to buy for all of them. His child is the baby. So Phoenix says she's not entitled, but the kids are affected. Yeah. I mean, if you done broke up with somebody, the person, he was probably just being petty. He was probably just be like, well, I'm just going to take care of my baby then. If y'all in a bad situation, she threw the food. Okay, see, I didn't see the end of the video. If y'all was in a relationship and the situation didn't work out, there's going to be some pettiness. There's going to be some animosity between both people, especially when, y'all young. Your mind is not developed the way it's supposed to be. You acting crazy, he acting crazy, and then you just in a bad situation. She should not have filmed. She should not have filmed this situation because she said she was doing it to make him look bad. So no, she should not have done that. And she definitely should not have thrown the food. Definitely not. So that was a bad situation. And it put her in a position where now people are disrespecting her on social media, especially these groups where, these men already have bad feelings towards, or disrespectful feelings towards, black women. That video and this thing is popping up on a lot of those type men. Yeah, he should have just took the child. Just say, hey, I'm gonna pick my baby up and take him out to get something to eat. Go. But to come home with Burger King just for one child, of course the other kids gonna want some. And if they were in a position where they used to get it, then yeah, they little feelings gonna be hurt. And I wouldn't want my child, everybody talking about it. So I guess the lead attorney, and this is the title of his video: Modern Woman Angry at Baby Daddy for Bringing Food for His Child. Modern Woman. You see the title? Modern Woman. Because they feel like only these modern women act out like that. I guess I'm not a modern woman. I would never act out in that way. I mean, but I would have told him discreetly, don't, next time. I would have took the food though and told him next time, can you take your child and go out instead of just bringing one burger. Or when he called me and said, I'm going to bring Juju something from Burger King, I would have been like, hey, can you bring something for the rest of the kids? Because they're going to be tripping if they don't get any. And if he said no, I would have been like, well, can I cash app you? Or can I pay you when you get here? Because I don't want the rest of the kids to be upset because they didn't get any. Or I would have just took the food and put it in the microwave and be like, well, come on, y'all, let's get in the car so I can go get y'all something, and then we all come home and eat together. There's a way to handle that. Right. All of the kids should be loved the same. You're not just going to, love on your child. If you want to do that, take the child with you. Y'all going to Burger King. Say, hey, I'm coming over to pick up Jujubee. Oh, okay. Well, let me, get him ready. And while y'all gone, me and the other kids will go to McDonald's or go get some ice cream or go to the corner store, go to the dollar. If I don't have McDonald's money, we can go to the dollar store. We're going to go do something so they won't feel like, oh, they got left out. Juju be with his daddy and we in here eating peanut butter and jelly. He was being vindictive. He was. He was being petty. He was definitely being petty on purpose. He did that on purpose. So, and the way she handled the situation, though, made her look bad. It just added fuel to that. Black women are angry and aggressive, because that's the narrative that we don't know how to. I hate these earrings. I'm gonna have to. I got these from they cute. I got them from she cute, from the beauty supply. But when they turn on this side, it's white. Normally, I color this in like black or something, so it's not just stark white on the opposite side. I hate that, and I ain't did it yet. So I'm gonna have to do that because that gets on my nerves. I gotta get some paint. Yeah, they cute, but I just hate when they flip over and the opposite side is white. The beauty supply be having the ghetto beauty supply be having some earrings, child, and I go in there and lose my mind when it comes to earrings and stuff. I love me some earrings, and I don't know what has happened to all my hoop earrings. Child, I can't find them damn hoops. I gotta go to the beauty supply and get me some more. Some were saying she didn't let him take the kid with him, so she was probably being difficult too. And she's probably upset because of, what happened in their relationship. We don't know how they broke up or, did he hurt her feelings, and that's her way of getting back at him. Some people don't know how to handle breakups, and breakups are difficult to deal with. And if you don't, you haven't gotten to that level of maturity, you will do anything. She told her dad her food stamps don't come until the 11th. So he probably did that on purpose. She don't have no food, but see, then that comes with money management and all of that kind of stuff. So you haven't managed your food stamps to last you for an entire month. When you getting food stamps, you got to make sure you get the staples: pasta, rice, beans, flour, cornmeal. You got to have all those type of things so you can throw together some spaghetti or some type of pasta dish. Make some beans and rice. You always have a bag of beans, a couple of bags of beans, some rice on hand, so you can throw together a meal to last until it's time for you to get the rest of your food stamps. So if she didn't have no money, then you gonna have to work better on. And I know too that everything is so expensive right now. People are struggling. And a lot of younger people don't know how to shop. They just go in the store and buy a lot of Hot Pockets and frozen stuff. So a lot of the things that last on the shelves in the house, they don't have. They don't have pasta and beans and rice and, all those type of things that you can cook when you get in a pinch, because they don't know how to shop. No one has taught them how to, stretch a dollar. And that's not their fault. Hey, Naya. Yeah, I like them. I just don't like that part when they flip over. I just like, but I'm going to paint them black on the back. Their baby is the youngest, so he thought he was doing something by harming the other 2 or 3 kids. If it was just 2 or 3 kids, he could have bought them a burger. You know what I mean? He could have bought them a burger and some fries. You have to know how to make your food stamps stretch. And you have to understand that there are staples that you should have every time you go shopping. There are certain things that you should buy. You should check your pantry to see what you still have. Maybe you need some more spaghetti, or maybe you need some more elbow macaroni, or maybe you need some more rice, or maybe you need some more beans, or, tortillas or something. I kept hot dogs in the freezer, and my kids loved Top Ramen. Back in the day, the cases of Top Ramen was hecka cheap. So I always had canned goods, Top Ramen, hot dogs in the freezer, sausages in the freezer, all of those type of things. Eggs in the refrigerator. I'm not saying eggs in the freezer. Eggs in the refrigerator, bread. I have boys. Teenage boys eat. So I was going to make sure that we had certain things. And I cooked. We didn't always eat out. We always had, canned food, frozen vegetables, all of those things. You got to know how to shop. You can't just go in the store and just buy Hot Pockets and everything out the freezer that you can pop in the microwave, because that kind of stuff goes fast. You got 2 or 3 kids, you only gonna eat out a box of Hot Pockets once. All the Hot Pockets gone. My kids were so bad. I used to have to buy cases of sodas and Capri Suns and stuff and put them in the trunk of my car, because if I left them in the house, them jokers would drink all of them Capri Suns, and I would ration them out. But I had all kind of, I would buy, and I would buy the cheap sodas. These kids, they don't care. You don't have to buy the name brand sodas. They don't care. Go to the dollar store and buy, what is it, Stars and Stripes. These kids don't care. It's soda. They don't care. You don't have to get the name brand bread. Go to the dollar store and get some bread. A sandwich is a sandwich. If your kids like white bread, get white bread from the dollar store. If they like wheat, get wheat. You don't have to be out here getting all this fancy stuff. But see, y'all want to eat crab legs, and you want to have mukbangs and eat shrimps and crab legs and stuff, because I be seeing people on TikTok and Instagram. Oh, my baby been eating, and it's a little kid, like 2 years old, out here messing with crab legs. Don't even know what the hell they eating. My baby been eating crab legs since she was born. My baby don't eat nothing but shrimp and crab legs and lobster. And at the middle part of the month, you broke. Trying to go down to the food pantry to get some food. Oh yeah, I don't do off-brand meats now. Meat, I had certain places that I would go for my meat. That was one thing I was picky about, was my meat. But I had kids that really didn't like anything but chicken and beef. And every now and then they would eat some fish, but they weren't really fish eaters. So You just have to learn how to budget, how to shop. Better get them hot dogs, that milk, peanut butter. Make sure you keep peanut butter and jelly in the house. I kept peanut butter and jelly. Because my kids, I had kids, they like, when they come home from school, they would like to make a sandwich or chips. I always got that box of chips and the variety pack of chips and variety pack of lunch meat and cheese and all of that kind of stuff. I kept all of that stuff because, they love that and top ramen and, cheese and putting cheese and hot dogs and all that kind of stuff in the top ramen. My kids was ramen chefs before these ramen stores start popping up. They been doing all that stuff. Green onions and cheese and tuna and meat in their ramen. Been doing that. Egg. You got to know how to shop. Naya said, I go to the food pantry even when I do have food. Girl, I used to go to the food pantry too. Sure did. I would go to the food pantry. I wasn't too proud. Because that always stocked up my canned goods. But you have to know how to shop. You can't just, and stick to your list. Write your list out before you go to the grocery store. I have to do that now because I'm one of them people. We be like, ooh, there go my cookies. Ooh, there go this. I want that coffee. I want this. And before you know it, we done spent $100 and some and get home and be like, we didn't get no sugar. We didn't get nothing to cook. We just got a whole bunch of things that are chips and cookies and all of that stuff. Write you a list before you go to the grocery store and stick to that sucker. Don't get nothing that ain't on your list. And if you know the prices of items that you have purchased before, put the price next to it so you can have a ballpark figure of how much that's going to cost. Or your grocery limit is $100. When you buying this stuff, you looking, okay, that's 20. Ooh, that's 10. You know your limit is 100. So you better get the essentials. And you don't need the cookies. I get the cookies when I get paid. You get the essentials, okay? And you keep it moving. Sometimes you have to do that. Yeah, don't shop when you hungry. Because you just be in there buying any kind of stuff. Every time I'm hungry and I go shopping, I always end up, if you see something right there, it's my eczema. Okay, so don't be like, oh, she had booger on her nose. No, my eczema has been acting up. Every time I go shopping and I'm hungry, I always end up going to the deli because the deli at our grocery store has, it's Safeway. So it's got nice sandwiches, Chinese food, wings, just all kind of stuff. And I'm always getting some shit I don't need. Or I love their chicken sandwiches. I'll get a chicken sandwich. My husband loves they have this salmon and pasta Alfredo dish that he really likes. So he'll normally get that. So yeah, don't go to the grocery store. Eat first, then go to the grocery store. And then I always end up getting 1,000 drinks, and I'm trying not to drink a soda. I'm trying to, drink, um, carbonated water, the flavored waters and stuff. So yeah, don't go to the grocery store hungry. Get a budget. Stick to your budget. Write down what you're going to the grocery store for and stick to that. Look at your pantry before you leave. Look at your refrigerator before you leave. Okay, well, we're out of milk. I need milk. I need this. I need that. Get the things you need and get the hell up out of there. Seriously. Because once you start wandering around in the grocery store, you're going to get up to the line and you got $200 worth of groceries. And don't be embarrassed if you got to put some stuff back. Put it back. You can't afford it. Put it back. That's what they have runners for at the grocery store, to put back items that people don't want. Look at the thing. When you get to your limit, be like, hold on. Let me get this meat. Let me get this. Let me get this. The rest of this stuff, y'all can put that back. Shit. I ain't got enough money. And don't even trip. I started budgeting after saving 1 month worth of receipts, and they added up to over $150 in fact. Girl, I'm not even going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I don't even want to know how much I spend. I don't. I don't want to know. I'm not going to look at that. I'm just going to pretend like I don't do that. Because, yeah. We don't. On the weekends, we go out a lot. But during the week, I don't know. My husband be cheating more than I do. And that's because he's like at work, and his lunchtime varies because he can be really busy, and then he'll go get something. I'm at home. And we only have, one car, and he takes the car to work. So if I want something, I have to DoorDash it or whatever. And I don't really do that often. But I do. And I don't even want to look at it, y'all. I don't care how much it is. Girl, what you embarrassed for? What you embarrassed for? And how you know the person behind you don't have EBT? They can have the same thing you have. Don't be embarrassed. That's just, where you are right now. Shit, we all struggling. We are all struggling. Some of us are doing better than others, but you don't know if the person behind you is paying with EBT. And it ain't their business. Get up close to the machine and put your card in and do what you got to do. The person behind you shouldn't even be that close. Just give me 6 feet. They shouldn't even be close enough to see what card you paying with. Even though I know out here in California, the EBT card was green. I don't know what color it is now. I don't be looking at people like that, though. I don't care. Normally in the grocery store, I'm too busy talking to my husband, or, we talking about what we got in our cart, to be worrying about how somebody else is paying for their groceries. I don't care. I don't care. I thought at 55 we would still be going out and doing stuff. We just stay home, so out of the loop. We go out a lot. Like today, my husband was already like, what are we going to do this weekend? If there's no movies to see, like, we're movie buffs. We love to go to the movies. So he was like, there's no movies this weekend. What are we going to do? So I think we're going to Napa this weekend, which is really not that far from us. We love to go out. We just don't venture out too far because, as a matter of fact, I forgot to call that place today about Gizmo, because I'm still looking for a boarding place for him. Yeah, that's no one's business, but they stand way too close to me. I just want to say, can you back up a little bit? You can. If somebody is too close to you, ask them, just ask them politely, can you back up just a little bit? Or put the cart in between you and the person. Yeah, girl, if I had stamps, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't even care. Oh, good night, KK. Yeah, girl, the movies that we go to, they have now. Okay, so after COVID, they the food has not been as good as it was before because the restaurant had closed down and then it changed. But they have, do they still have burgers? I think so. They have a full service restaurant at the movie theater, and they have beer, wine, and usually they'll have a specialty drink that's associated with the movie. So for Top Gun, they had a drink called the Maverick, and I think it was vodka and something and Coke. I don't know. I didn't want it. They had that, and they had a specialty beer because they have a lot of beers from local beer places, and they have really good burgers and garlic fries and finger foods like that. And my husband likes the nachos. I don't like the nachos because they put chili on them with beans, and I don't like that. Girl, we glad you here, Melissa. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming. Yeah, yeah. Trust me. Now, all you got to do is if you want somebody to back up off you is to cough. But I try to give people their space anyway. I'm not trying to get into anybody's personal space because I don't like people to get in my personal space. Oh, really? Y'all have problems with restaurants? Yeah, the restaurants in my area haven't really um changed that much. They're still open, they're still, really busy, but I live in an area that, there's a lot of homes and condos and younger people. When you live in a area that's full of like new condos and new townhomes and stuff, and it's kind of like a artsy kind of area. Yeah, you missed that, Rita. You can catch it on the replay because, child, I don't want to go through that no more. Um, there are a lot of restaurants in my area, and they all did pretty well after COVID. We didn't have a lot of the shutdown of restaurants where we live like they did in San Francisco. Like in San Francisco, a lot of the smaller places didn't survive. But where we live, a lot of the restaurants made it. Yeah, I'm finna go too. Oh, you in Texas? Oh, okay. Alafia. Yeah, I'm finna go too, y'all. We've been on here for an hour. Rita, you will be able to catch the replay. It should be up in, I guess, 15 minutes or so. I don't know, depending on how if my Wi-Fi want to act ignorant or not. So I'm pretty sure this young lady will see her name in the title of this video, and she's probably going to watch the video and get upset. And as long as she remains respectful, because I don't call people, out their name and stuff like that. And as long as she remains respectful, I will remain respectful. But if she gets disrespectful, then I'm going to get disrespectful. For real. And I haven't done that in a while. And I got an itch that I need to scratch. So we'll be scratching. I like to scratch too sometimes. So I'm pretty sure she gonna watch this video, but I'm gonna tell her now, keep it cute. Don't get ignorant. I know she has the ability to get ignorant, but watch yourself because I don't play well with others. Never have. And I'm not gonna start now. So I love you guys and I appreciate you for being here. And check out the vlog video that I posted earlier, our little brunch. The food was really good. So check that out. Watch that video. And whoever missed this part, I'm about to upload it now. I love you guys and I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you. Bye. Thank you. Bye.